I feel the strongest connection to the natural world. I grew up in a very rural setting on a farm, and I always worked in the middle of nowhere, mostly alone. And so I feel more at home in the natural setting. And so now it was a natural progression into my artwork. So I follow the movement of the transcendentalists, Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau, which is basically about preservation of wilderness. And so I'm always looking for ways of amalgamating myself into the landscape and sort of getting to know a reintroduction, if you will, to the landscape and to the natural. It's almost like I'm presenting myself again as a terrestrial person. I love the physicality of the natural substances, raw materials, untamed wilderness. And so a lot of it involves me taking pieces of organic tissue and rearranging them in ways that are aesthetically pleasing and conceptually fall under what I'm working with. Underneath here, and then around here, and then it'll be coming off the back, and then have you just drive it straight in. This is my first piece on the island, yeah, and I'm honored to be involved with it. The ideas came from, this is something I've been working on for quite some time now, this series of the unearthed and the untamed. And it came of the idea of sort of nature taking back over something that we've appropriated. This particular piece is talking about land ownership and basically the rights to land and our first contact with a lot of native land. And when I say native land, I mean land that was here before any humans inhabited it whatsoever. So one great thing about working with natural substances is really getting your hands dirty. Everyone's favorite part about gardening, my favorite part about artwork. It's always a question of contention whenever we think about treaty rights and land rights and who owns certain properties and property rights. So this is really just speaking to that and opening up the dialogue of taking over the natural world. A lot of what I was going through when I initially came up with the concept was looking back into Nanaimo and their land rights. And so when I presented this piece as a subtext, and the reason why I went in with the triangle-shaped plinth was because there was one contentious area that the Nanaimo Native Band put in 2011 over a survey that was done in 1888. And it was a triangle piece of land along the shorelines of Nanaimo that was reappropriated for Crown land, and then that land has come back up for contention in 2011. And so then I obviously was thinking about, well, the land rights beyond those land rights. So then it was just basically the whole idea of, do we even own the land, or are we just basically living amongst it? So all these ideas are going through my head, and also, you know, the ideas of manufacturing our own landscapes. Half of this park is man-made. Also the idea of people running excavators every single day without actually thinking of the concept of, you know, unearthing something that has been there for so long. I hope it opens up a dialogue. People are actually, I am sure people will interact with it in certain ways as they do with every piece of public art, and I'm looking forward to hearing some response.